Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the December 2024 meeting of the Washington County Quorum Court to order. I want to welcome all of our guests this evening and, of course, my colleagues here on the Horseshoe. It's good to see everyone. I believe tonight we have the honor of prayer and pledge by Justice Simons. Justice Simons.
Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to come before you this evening in prayer. I pray that you will be with my colleagues and I as we do the business of Washington County. May we represent the citizens well, act justly, and work wisely. May we bear in mind the true reason for this season, and may you be honored and glorified in all things. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Justice Simons. With that, we'll move to the adoption of the agenda. Do I have any motions with regard to the agenda? Justice Lyons?
I have an amendment, Judge. I'd like to add as item 10 on the agenda, the ordinance to ratify the approval from the Planning Board for the Pleasure Heights Church Cup.
I have a motion to add item 24-0-091 by Justice Simons, second by Justice Coger. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Items will be added.
I move we approve the agenda as amended.
Just a note, I'd like to make that item number 9B. Is that okay? Can we take the CUPs up together? And then with that, I have a motion to adopt the agenda as amended by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? The agenda has been adopted. Next up, are there any preliminary motions this evening? Justice Dean?
Yeah, Judge, thank you. I'd like to make a motion that all ordinances and resolutions be read by title only.
I have a motion by Justice Dean to read ordinances and resolutions by title only. Do I have a second? Second by Justice Ecke. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Ordinances and resolutions will be read by title only. Next up is item number 5. We have a citizen's comment period of 15 minutes with a limit of 3 minutes per individual. Are there any citizen comments this evening? Hit that button on the very right, Mr. Mayfield. There you go. Should be good.
Thank you. Mac Mayfield, 980 Rocky Lane in the county. I wanted to take a moment to thank the Sheriff's Office for helping out at the Squire Jehagan Outreach Center for St. James. We pack food every Tuesday for about 700 families, and they really do a yeoman's share, helping us prep the boxes and then out delivering some to the housing authorities. I think that's great. It's good for law enforcement to have that engagement in the community and vice versa. I'd also like to comment on the state alien criminal program that provides money to the county for reimbursing us for people who are not documented who are kept in our jail. because I think that does just the opposite. I think that puts up a wall between law enforcement and our community. So I hope as you're considering the budget for 2025, the SCAP program could be eliminated. I think last year it provided about $120,000, and that's just compared to the damage it does, I just don't think it's worth it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Additional public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on with the business portion of the agenda. Well, I guess I have some. First up is approval of the minutes. The minutes were handed out in the packet. Are there any corrections to the minutes to note at this point? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes by Justice Dean, second by Justice Lyons. All those in favor? Those opposed? The minutes have been approved. I want to thank the wonderful staff of the Hog-Eye 4-H Club for the treats this evening before the meeting. The Extension Office takes great care of us. And I really want to thank them for coming here. They're very diligent. They've been here every night this year, I think, if you guys have notated. And so I just really appreciate them and all the support they try to give us as local leaders. The disposal report's in your packet. Of course, this time of year, we try to start reflecting back on what we've accomplished over the past year. I want to give a sincere thanks for the JPs that will be departing us after this evening. You guys' service has been distinguished, and I appreciate you a lot. It's been very pleasant working with you, and I appreciate you standing up, leading, and I know our paths will cross again in the future, and I look forward to that. And I want everybody else in Horseshoe to know that I've appreciated working with you guys this year. We've gotten a lot of great things done. We've gotten some hard things done, and I think that's, if you get to the end of the year and can say that, it's pretty good. I want to talk about, we had a Christmas at the courthouse event last Thursday. I think that went off very well. This is something that we want to try to make an annual event. So the Buildings and Grounds team, I want to thank them. They very frugally decorated the historic courthouse, and that building's so beautiful. We all know it needs frugal decoration, excuse me. But I think it was a great evening. We came together in the name of the Children's Safety Center to raise not only funds but also coats and toys for that organization. I'm proud to say that we raised over $2,000 and a whole truckload of coats and toys for that event. Also, I want to mention that John and Myra Collins, that work for the county, also put on West Fest every year, a celebration in West Fork, and they raise money for philanthropic events. And after attending the other night, they donated $1,000 to Children's Safety Center. And so I think it's a great evening, and we can be proud of not only coming together and celebrating, but also supporting a great organization that does some fine work in our community. I want to really thank our Buildings and Grounds team for going above and beyond with that. I want to thank Sheriff Cantrell and his team for providing some cookies and treats. Assessor Hill and Treasurer Hill ran the hot chocolate bar, which was very popular with the children, I can absolutely say, with my children too. Bedtime was interesting that night, but that's beside the point this time of year. I also want to thank JP's Wilson, Simons, Lyons, and Koger and Rio Stafford for being able to attend. And I look forward to every one of you individuals hopefully being able to attend next year as we continue that fine tradition. I'll also say we met some very fine young ladies from the Hog-Eye 4-H Club this evening who also brought us snacks. They were there that evening, and they were our carolers. And I'm not too proud to say they stole the show that evening. That's what everybody remembers and really enjoyed. So we hope to, like I said, make that an annual tradition. Please be looking for that next year. And with that, the final thing I want to say is it's just Christmas, and it's time. I had the moment to speak with our road department today, and what I want to leave everybody with is let's love one another and have fellowship over the next couple of weeks, especially with our friends and families. I looked around that room. There were people that were there last year that aren't there this year because they're not with us in the world anymore. And I take that very heavily, and I want to make sure that we all take a few minutes. The county's in good shape, I believe. I think we're in a good shape to just celebrate for a minute for the next few weeks and keep our families and our friends really close. So I hope you do that, and I hope you remember that Christmas is about the Lord and that the Lord gave us Jesus Christ to absolve our sins. And I think I keep that in my mind also. So in Washington County, Merry Christmas. With that, we'll move on. Item number 8. Counselor, will you read that by title only?
An ordinance appointing Marsha Woodruff, a special official who may solemnize marriages in Washington County, Arkansas.
Justice Ricker?
Make a motion to suspend the rules and move to the second reading.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move to the second reading by Justice Ricker. I heard second by Justice Hires. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Council, will you read this for a second time?
An ordinance appointing Marcia Woodruff as a special official who may solemnize marriages in Washington County, Arkansas.
Justice Ricker?
Make a motion to suspend the rules, move to the third and final reading.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move to a third and final reading by Justice Ricker, second by Justice Hires. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Council, will you read that for a third and final time?
An ordinance appointing Marcia Woodruff as a special official who may solemnize marriages in Washington County, Arkansas.
Motion to pass.
I have a motion to pass by Justice Ricker, second by Justice Hires. Justice Dennis?
Thank you, Judge. I just wanted to visit, I want us to visit on this issue just a minute. Maybe someone can explain it a little bit more to me, but at the same time, are we going to, I thought this was going to be just a temporary, we've done this over the years where we just approve one person one time for a wedding, and this looks like this is for creating a position, it says, and so I'd just like for us to talk about that a little bit. Are we going to create more positions as more people want to do this?
If it's okay, I'll let Counselor give the
Sure.
background on it legally. Counselor Lester?
Yeah, so there's a state law that allows the quorum court to appoint people as special officials who can solemnize marriages in the county. And there's a certain number that it's 1 per 2,000 people in the county. And so historically, as long as I've been around and watching and seeing quorum court, someone comes forward and they ask because they want to do it for one special time. This request was not for one special time, it was to be able to do it. Her husband is a former JP who has been on the quorum court for more than 2 terms and can solemnize marriages. And she's bilingual and has had a lot of people. Her husband's health's bad, and that was her request. And so that's up to the quorum court exactly on how you do it. Because I don't know that the quorum court's ever appointed one. This is your first full-time person, and it'll be up to the quorum court to determine if they continue to add when people ask.
So do we determine the amount of money that she charges?
The statute is silent about money and charging, just says you can appoint people to solemnize marriages.
Okay.
So I don't know if she plans to charge. I have no idea. But the quorum court, but the law just allows you to appoint someone to solemnize marriages.
Well, it's okay if she does or doesn't. I just want us to speak about it before we go into it and then say, oh, I didn't think about that. And, you know, we require ordination from someone that goes to this Becky Llewellyn. So if they go there to get a license, they have to bring an ordination and to get it.
Right.
And so
You can get on the internet these days in
for
about
$10
2 minutes.
and get it, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
it's just another way that probably was something done way back when in the state, when there wasn't online ordinations, I would suppose. So that people could, probably at a time where there weren't a lot of churches and ministers that may have been, you know, a lot of ministers used to ride circuit, just like the judges used to do, literally travel. And maybe they didn't have a minister. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm just speculating, but this is allowed under the law.
Well, that's true, but we also discount the churches when we say, oh, we'll just get online and get a $10 ordination. You're showing your disrespect for that community, I think, because they go an extra step to make sure that that person's the right person to be doing that job. So, and I understand the bilingual part. I guess all of us need to learn Spanish instead of them learning English. But I've had my say. Thank you.
Any further comments on item 8.1 by the group? Any public comments on item 8.1? Seeing none, we're going to take up the question. I have a motion to pass 8.1 by Justice Ricker, second by Justice Hires. Mr. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Nay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Koger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Nay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
That item passes. Now we'll move on to item 9.1. Counselor, will you read that by title?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the planning board for the anytime hauling storage parking project.
Director Ada, will you want to just give us a quick rundown of this?
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. So this project was approved by the planning board on December 5th, unanimously by like the 7 attending members. So this CUP is going to be replacing the one that's been approved in 2023 and ratified on July 13, 2023. By the Quorum Court. So the new CUP is going to be for parking and storage of vehicles, boats, campers, and RVs, and trailers on like 1 acre of land. They're going to have like 20 by 20 storage shed. They're going to be using 0.75 acres of the property, and it's going to be gravelled for parking. It's going to accommodate up to 50 spaces. They're going to be gravel like 0.2 acres outside for the office, and they're going to have 2 employees, and the hours of operation is going to be Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this project is an example when we say any changes on an existing CUP needs to come back to the planning board and to the Quorum Court. That's one of them, and it went through the whole like tech review, and they got approved again by all the tech reviewers and the health department. So they were doing the right thing. Thank you.
Motions, questions, or discussion on the item? Justice Lemming?
Is it on its first reading tonight?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion that we pass it tonight. Move it to second reading.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move it to a second reading by Justice Lemming. I have a second by Justice Ricker. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Counselor, will you read that for a second time?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the planning board for the anytime hauling storage parking project.
Justice Lemming?
I'll make a motion that we read it for the third and final.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move to the third and final reading by Justice Lemming. I heard second by Justice Lyons. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Counselor, will you read that for a third and final time?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the planning board for the anytime hauling storage parking project.
Justice Lemming?
Make a motion to pass.
Motion to pass by Justice Motion to pass by Justice Lemming, second by Justice Lyons. Any further discussion on the item? Any public comments on item number 9.1? Seeing none, Mr. Allen, will you call the roll? This is on the motion to pass item 9.1.
Justice Taylor? Yes. Yay. Justice Simons? Yes, yay. Justice Bowerman? Yes. Yay. Justice Lyons? Yes, sir. Yay. Justice Ecke? Yes. Yay. Justice Dean?
Yes, sir.
Yay. Justice Washington? Yes. Yay. Justice Koger? Yes. Yay. Justice Dennis? Yes. Yay. Justice Hires? Yes. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford? Yes. Yay. Justice Lemming? Yes. Yay. Justice Ricker? Yes. Yay. Justice Pond? Yes. Yay.
That item passes. Now we'll move on to added item number 24-0-091. Counselor, will you read this by title only?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the planning board for the Pleasure Heights Church project.
Director Ada, would you like to give us some quick summary background?
Absolutely, sir. Yeah, this project was approved by the planning board on October 31st by the 6 present members. We had no objection from the neighbors. It's basically they're building a church / temple for the Marshallese community out there. It's going to have a building 100 by 80 for the church, and it's going to be 20 by 40, like tiny home for the pastor. And the parking is going to accommodate up to 170 people on 3.58 acres of parcel of land. So the parking is gonna have a minimum of like 3 ADA compliant, one accessible like van accessible like parking. If this is being ratified and approved, this project is gonna go to the large scale phase of it. There are gonna be about 5 employees. That's like their like future number of employees to be there full time. Hours of operation is gonna be Wednesday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, and there is like a Sunday evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And sometimes they're gonna have like occasional weddings and stuff like that, funeral events if there is any. And that's also like another example. So this, as I mentioned, was approved in October, so we had to wait. We said like pending approval of condition until like they were able like to secure the approval from the health department for the septic. So they had to go and purchase extra land north of that property to be able like to expand and meet all the conditions. So, any questions?
Justice Lyons?
I move that we suspend the rules and move to the second reading.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move to a second reading by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Counselor, will you read this item for the second time?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the Planning Board for the Pleasure Heights Church project.
Justice Lyons?
I move that we suspend the rules and move this to a third and final reading.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and move to a third and final reading by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Counsel, will you read that for a third and final time?
An ordinance ratifying a conditional use permit recommended for approval by the Planning Board for the Pleasure Heights Church project.
Justice Lyons?
I move that we pass this ordinance and ratify the CUP.
I have a motion to pass item by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. Any further discussion or questions by the body? Any public comments on this item? Seeing none, we'll take up the question. I have a motion to pass this item by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. Mr. Allen, will you please call a roll?
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Koger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
That item passes. Next on our agenda is item 10.1. Counselor, will you read that by title only?
An ordinance anticipating revenue in the amount of $1 million in the ARPA fund and appropriating said $1 million from the ARPA fund to the ARPA fund budget for 2024.
Justice Lyons?
Thank you, Judge. As we discussed in the committee meeting, this was funds that was originally allocated to organization to build a building to help another organization that just didn't come to fruition for a lot of reasons. The request was originally to move it to something else they were doing. Unfortunately, my opinion is there was more risk based on where they were in the funding of that this money would never get spent through that. And therefore brought it to here to reallocate it to the budget for the emergency operating system. With that, I move that we pass this ordinance.
Second.
I have a motion to pass item 10.1 by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Ecke. Further discussion by the group? Justice Lemming?
Just one question. We give 2.9. Where's the rest of it? It says we county give 2.9 million to upskill, and we're getting $1 million back. So that'd be 1.9. Is it?
Yeah, that went. We're leaving the original housing money there. And do you remember the other night when Mr. Webster was here, he said not only did they have the original housing money of 1.4, they had the other money that they used for housing support. They couldn't put it all into the construction project because it was limited. And so you take away that $1 million, and then that $1.4 million, and that remainder was, that's the funds that they gave. If you remember, there was some discussion about Goodwill, legal aid, some of those other entities that helped people find housing. That's what we could use that money for.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion or questions? Any public comments on item number 10? Seeing none, I have a motion to pass by Justice Lyons, a second by Justice Ecke. Mr. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Coger. Nay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
Item number 10 passes. Item number 11 is the consent agenda. Motions or questions regarding the consent agenda? I have a motion to pass the consent agenda by Justice Ecke, second by Justice Simons. Any further discussion? Any public comments? Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting real excited. Counselor, please read these by title only.
Item 1 on the consent agenda is an ordinance amending the DEM budget for 2024. Item 2 is an ordinance amending the road department budget for 2024. Item 3 is an ordinance anticipating additional revenue in the amount of $75,000 in the Public Safety Equipment Grant Fund and appropriating said $75,000 to the Public Safety Equipment Grant budget for 2024. Item 4 is an ordinance amending the employee insurance budget for 2024. Item 5 is an ordinance amending the Circuit Court automation budget for 2024.
After reading those, I'm going to assume your motion still stands. Justice Ecke and your second, Justice Simons? Okay. I tried to stop me. Any further discussion on these items by the body? Any public comments on the consent agenda? Seeing none, Mr. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Coger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Abstain. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
The consent agenda passes. Next is item number 12. Counselor, will you read that by title only?
A resolution expressing appreciation to Coleman Taylor for service as a Justice of the Peace for Washington County.
Justice Lyons?
I move we pass this resolution.
I have a motion to pass by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. Any further discussion on the item? Any public comments on item number 12? Seeing none, Mr. Allen, will you please call the roll? This is for passage of item number 12, a resolution honoring Coleman Taylor.
Justice Taylor. Abstain. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Coger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
Justice Pond?
Seeing as how we had one fella abstain from this, don't you know that those abstentions count as no's when the scores corrected? You want a no on your record? Merry Christmas.
The amount of things we pass unanimously, that would just get buried. It's got to have that one thing on it. Item number 13, Counselor Lester.
A resolution expressing appreciation to Sean Simons for service as a Justice of the Peace for Washington County.
Justice Ricker.
Motion to pass.
I have a motion to pass by Justice Ricker. I heard second by Justice Hires. Any further discussion on the item? Justice Lemming?
I just want to say, Sean, thank you for digging in, doing what you do, and doing what you did for the citizens of Washington County. You've done a good job. Taylor, I was going to say that for you, but I didn't. I missed my chance. Sorry. You done a good job, too.
Justice Simons?
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to say a few words. It's been an honor to serve the people of Washington County. I've appreciated the opportunity to engage in the political process and take part legislatively in advancing Washington County. This position is infinitely more difficult than most people realize. I've grown to appreciate my colleagues on this horseshoe and the work that they do, the elected officials, and the duty and responsibilities that fall in their lap, most of which the public's not aware of. And then the staff, the men and women that come in every day and make the county operate. It's oftentimes a thankless job, and I've considered it an honor to represent them as well as the public in helping advance them in their pay structure and HR and every way that we could here on this horseshoe. I'm excited to pass the torch to Mr. Massengill. Over the past year, I've had the opportunity to visit with him and hopefully impart some knowledge that I've acquired here. I have every confidence that he's going to represent the people of District 3 in Washington County very, very well. He comes from an experienced position in Elm Springs city planning, and so I think he's going to be able to segue those responsibilities very diligently here in this position. Lastly, I want to admonish my colleagues left here on the horseshoe and those coming in to work cooperatively together to advance Washington County. We've got a lot of projects happening and a lot of things to come. I look forward to seeing those projects that we have currently working come to fruition and how they'll benefit the county and the community. You guys have a really, really big responsibility to keep that work moving forward, and I just hope and pray that you guys will set aside anything that would hinder advancing Washington County. Set aside the partisan politics, set aside the personal vendettas and all the political nonsense. Like, this is county governance. And what I loved most about this position is I feel when government is closest to the people, there's more accountability. And so I've enjoyed my time here, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve with each and every one of you.
Thank you, Justice Simons. Justice Dennis?
Thank you, Judge. I'll just take this opportunity to thank J.P. Taylor and J.P. Simons and J.P. Bowerman. You all three did a wonderful job, and you'll be missed. So thank you.
Justice Hires?
Thank you. I just want to tell J.P. Simons, like, I know ideologically you and I are probably like as far apart as most people can get. We didn't always agree, but the times that we did agree, we were like eye to eye on a few things here. And I just want to say that I'm going to miss seeing you here, and I'm going to miss talking to you. And I wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Justice Ecke?
Thank you, Judge. The words that you spoke, Justice Simons, was true to your character, because that is, it's a definition of who you are. When you had an opponent running against you, you invited him to coffee. And when I approached her and said, I love your lipstick, what is that? And she said her name. I said, oh, you're running against Sean Simon. She says, you know, we had coffee together and we agreed that we're not going to make this personal. The winner wins, and the other one doesn't. And we had a good conversation, but that is who you are. You like people to be united in what is the issue, and it came forth in another situation where you said, no, it's not personal. We disagree. That's the American way. But you don't hold it against people for doing that, and that is to your character and to who you are as a human being. And I'm so thankful that I got to know you, and I've enjoyed working with you. And even though we're both conservatives, we have not agreed, but you've never made it personal. And it's appreciated, and you mentor other people in that way. And I value that and appreciate it. And God bless you in yours and your future. And just remember, many are the plans in the heart of a man, but it's the Lord God who directs his steps. Thank you.
Thank you all. Any public comments on item number 13? Seeing none, we'll take up the question. I have a motion to pass item number 13 by Justice Ricker, second by Justice Hires. Mr. Allen, please call the roll.
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. There you go. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Coger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
That item passes. Item number 14, Counselor, will you read that by title only?
A resolution expressing appreciation to Ed Bowerman for service as a Justice of the Peace for Washington County.
Justice Lyons?
I move we pass this resolution.
I have a motion to pass item number 14 by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. Any further comments? Justice Ecke?
Thank you, Judge. Justice Bowerman, it has been an honor and a privilege knowing you, a man of wisdom, a man of common sense, and a man who has the, I don't want to say humility, to walk before the Lord his God. And it shines. Your light shines. And I got mad at you. I said, well, why didn't you run for office earlier? So that way we could have known you. But for the short time that you have been on the court, your presence and your wisdom and your humility and the way you conduct yourself has made a lasting impact and impression upon me. And thank you for your encouragement, and thank you for your prayers. And may God bless you with favor, and may his face shine upon you graciously. Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Rios Stafford?
Thank you, Judge. I just wanted to say thank you to Justice Bowerman, Justice Simons, and Justice Taylor. I've enjoyed working with all three of you, whether we've agreed or disagreed, and I've enjoyed getting to know you all better. And so definitely, please stay in touch with all of us, and Merry Christmas.
Any public comments on item number 14? If not, I have a motion to pass item 14 by Justice Lyons, second by Justice Dean. Mr. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Justice Taylor. Yay. Justice Simons. Yay. Justice Bowerman. Yay. Justice Lyons. Yay. Justice Ecke. Yay. Justice Dean. Yay. Justice Washington. Yay. Justice Coger. Yay. Justice Dennis. Yay. Justice Hires. Yay. Justice Rios Stafford. Yay. Justice Lemming. Yay. Justice Ricker. Yay. Justice Pond. Yay.
That item passes. Justice Ecke would like to make a quick comment. Yes, Justice Ecke?
Thank you, Judge. This past Friday, we had the AAC JP initiation and training. I do believe there is 158, if not 162, new JPs in the state. And that's a lot. 138 or 39 were in attendance on a Friday morning and afternoon, which is, says a lot. But I'm always so proud of when someone comes up to me and says, I know who you are. You're Justice Lisa Ecke. We watch you all on YouTube. And he shook my hand, Ernest from Texarkana. He says, we watch everything you all do, and you all are doing it by the book, the procedures. Even when you all disagree, how do you handle that disagreement? We're learning from Washington County. And I mean, he's shaking my hand, and I'm going, this is remarkable. Every time I go to an event like this and all the counties are represented, somebody comes up to me and says, we're watching you, we're learning from you, and we're so glad that Washington County is on YouTube. I called the judge before I went. I said, what would you like as a judge for them to know? What can I communicate? What message can I carry? He says, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask a question. No question is a stupid question. And secondly, if we can help them get on YouTube, because so many of them don't know how to do it, call our IT person. We are here, we're available, and we're ready to help any other county that wants to follow in our footsteps. And they are. And I want to say thank you to Judge Deakins for his support and the rest of y'all. So I'm proud of Washington County. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for helping the AAC. With that, our committee reports are in the packet. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This meeting's adjourned.